What's up, everybody? Ben Reza here for Odd Chopper. I am back. It is Friday. Happy Friday in the world. Hope everyone's finishing up their week strong. You got to put a bet on the board, though. There may not be a lot to bet on, but we don't care. We find a bet every single day for you on this particular VOD, and here at Odd Chopper, we got you covered for all things betting, no matter what you're looking at. We hope you check it out. If you're new, you come back every day. It's appreciated. If you want to support us, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into the good stuff. Let's get the bad stuff out of the way. The Steelers. That was just bad. The second half is kind of what I thought the game would look like, but they're in such a ridiculous hole. Obviously, they're a team whose record was not indicative of how good they are. Just a really disappointing effort from them. Not good from us. We got to turn it around. Nothing better than egregious college basketball to do just that. So we move on to a Friday slate that is only outrageously bad games. Now, I love this. I think that these are inefficient type markets. If you really dig, and I love bad college basketball, you can find some stuff. So I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about Odd Chopper as well. You see the odds board right here. You have an opportunity to join me on one of the greasiest games I've ever given out, maybe in the history of this video. And let's get to it. We're talking about North Carolina, not NC State, not North Carolina A&T against High Point, who's actually a pretty damn good team. Total 159.5. It is a 21.5 point spread. Give me the over in this game. A lot of points. And as you can see, they're all going to come from High Point. But let's talk about these teams. Let's talk about this game. You're going to learn some stuff that you didn't know existed, and you probably don't need to know it. But North Carolina A&T, they have 0 wins. They might be the worst team in the country, and that's saying something because there's 360 teams out there. Saw them against Samford, who's a team that I actually really like. They gave up over 100. Just awful. They play no defense whatsoever. They play at a stupid fast tempo. That's a recipe for a straight disaster for a team like this. They've given up 80 or more points in all 7 games. I will say their level of competition is strong. They did not schedule made-up opponents. They've played real teams in all 7, and they've gotten smacked. They score 68 points per game, 28% from 3. They don't do anything. It's just a pure volume play on their side. I'm not going to break down why they're going to have success. I will say High Point's one of the worst defenses, maybe the worst defense that they have seen so far this year. So North Carolina A&T, by a product of volume and that High Point doesn't really play defense themselves, I'm hoping that they can claw to 75 points in this game. They might not even need that much, though, because High Point is a real team. This is 7-3 squad. I've seen them play. I watched their last game from start to finish against Western Carolina, who is one of my favorite teams in the country, and High Point smacked them. This team really knows what they're doing. 4 in double figures. They average 90 points per game, 49% from the field, 75% from the free throw line, 38% from 3. All of these are really good numbers. Now, if you look at their schedule, they scored 105 and 122 points. Those were against made-up schools, non-D1 teams. More power to them. They scored 98 points in a loss to Wofford. They scored 92 points in a loss to Hofstra. They hung 97 on Western Carolina last time out at home. They hung 86 on actually the sweatshirt that I'm wearing. Shout out North Florida to the Ospreys as well. This is a deep, efficient team that knows what they're doing. Talent-wise, is not even in the same stratosphere. That's why it's a 21.5 point spread. You could mess around with that, but I do think there's a lot of, you can get up by 28 and then it just becomes a flip. To me, there's a better chance that High Point breaks 100 or something like that than worrying about the spread. I see no way with this tempo. High Point's going to be more than content to play up and down with this team. If North Carolina A&T implements the pace they've been playing with, it feels like they're alive to give up 100 once again, which they've done already this year a couple times to worse opponents than High Point. I look at this 159.5. It's pretty static across the market. I have a feeling by tip-off, this pushes north of 160. I want it at minus 110. Give me the over in North Carolina A&T and High Point. Not something I ever thought I would say on a video, but here we are. Now, before I leave you, as always, if you have questions, JazzRaz DFS. But the more important thing is, if you don't want to rely on one bet, if you don't want to, you're saying, what is this? That is more than fair. In fact, I encourage it, and that's why I really encourage everyone to get over to Odd Chopper. Yes, I'm in there. I'm dropping picks like this. Yes, the whole team is in there talking through in Discord, no doubt about it, but it's about the tools. It's about getting all of that in one package. The link is below. Use that code, my last name. You'll get 20% off, and you will have access to markets and betting boards like this. When you bring stuff like this up, it shows you there's so much out there. You don't have to force anything. You can filter, you can sort, all customizable, and you're getting a real market-based approach, one that you're going to hear more and more about. It's honestly sweeping the industry. I love what we've done. We are ahead of the curve here. This is the type of stuff to take it to the next level. If you don't believe me, come in for the week and see for yourself. And when you're in there, maybe you decide to tail me on a couple real greasy college basketball bets. That's never hurt anyone either. Give me that over tonight. I just want to say thanks as always. Appreciate everyone through slumps, through hot streaks, through everything in between. We have a good time here. We're going to keep that rolling no matter what. But hopefully there's a lot of points tonight. For me, for the Aggies, and forever whatever High Points nickname is, I don't even know it. Good luck. Enjoy the games. I'll talk to you tomorrow.